So let's just look at creating some pelvic mobility by walking. So you can take your hands forward. Actually, we'll just give it like a little walk like this and just walk your feet back and forth. Just gonna walk your hips back and forth, which is also creating a fair amount of hip mobility. And if we're looking at the asymmetry of moving one leg or the other, this is a place where you can begin to see if you take more weight on one side versus the other, or if your legs are mobilizing differently for you. And I'd like you to do this again, but I want you to push your hamstrings to the ground. So just hang on a second, bend your knees, try to pull your heels into yourself until you connect the whole back of your leg. And now take more of a forceful walk forward and back and see if that feels different to the back of your legs or to the lateral edge of your legs. And then back. And then we'll take the arms forward. And I'd like you to take 4 forward bends here. Pressing your arms out and then coming up. If that's a lot for you, because adding the arms out away from the hips does add a little load, it's not a lot, you can always do it with your hands here. But what I like about the arms extend and stretch is that it does stretch all the way down to the lat fascia. So you get that stretch towards the V of your sacrum. Okay, just sit back. Turn your legs out and in for a second. Bang, hamstrings against the ground. Now let's use our band cue and just feel a difference. So take it behind yourself, like we have been. And this time for me, I'm going to hold around the knots. I'm going to push forward so I have a little more resistance for my own body. You do you. Press out. And take your walk forward and back. And do you feel a different level of smoothness and ease? That the upper body is kind of lifted over the hips. That you're able to articulate that separation of the pelvis even more. And then come back. And then once you're back, take 4 forward bends. Notice the different range. Okay, rest your arms for a second. It is shoulder work, and that is a good thing. I'm going to slip my hands through the bunny loops for the next one. We're going to do a little bit of a twist. So, sitting with your legs parallel. If you have a hard time doing this on the floor, of course you can always sit up on something. It'll pitch you forward a bit, but it's equally good. Press your arms out, stretch out. Then bring the arms up. You can wrap your elbows around the band to keep it from slipping. And then you're going to rotate to the right and let your right knee bend. Pull the knee into the body and straighten and bend that right leg a few times. Continuing to press your arms out into the band to lift yourself up so you get more abdominal work. And then come back up. Stretch the legs. We'll go to the other side. Push out with the left knee bend and then turn that into some good work. And then come back up. All right, taking a walk in a circle. See how you pull off of one hip and push of the other, go all the way around a circle, and then change sides. And your legs can also open and close a bit. At some point, you can reassure your body your arms will not fall off and do the other side. Notice if it feels different on one side versus the other. And try not to just circle your legs around yourself, but actually take your butt in a little circle too. Okay. Rest the arms, shake the hands out, turn the top of the hands down to the floor. Lean back enough that you have a helpful level of pressure on them. And just move your chest up and down. And then stretch your hands in different ways. Notice the softness and the fluidity in your upper body now. and then come up.